Former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode has stated that embattled former acting chairman of the EFCC Ibrahim Magu never worked for President Muhammadu Buhari. Fani-Kayode in a tweet on Sunday disclosed that Magu has been working for the national leader of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. He disclosed that Magu was not the real target, adding that after his ordeal, Tinubu and Osinbajo will be crushed. What is happening to Magu today was planned years ago. The real target is not Magu but those he worked for and protected for the last 4 years. He never worked for Buhari. He worked for Tinubu and Osinbajo. When they finish crushing him, they will move against his two godfathers. Ha. Fani Kayode has come again. It's revealing all of this because to me this is just a new twist to all that we've been hearing. It's really a new twist. You know, most of the time you hear some things, you just be wondering that could this be possible? Are we sure? From where to where, how working for them, how? You know, those are the questions we're going to be asking. But if you don't know, if you are not on the other side, you might not know much. Maybe he's gotten some information that we are not privy to, that we are not aware of. You know, a lot of things will be featuring and featuring here and there. Those who are close, those who have that kind of information, you know, will be giving it, but the people outside will be wondering that how can this be possible? You know, we've been hearing a lot of things, but it's just so difficult to believe some things. But since he said this, let's just keep our finger crossed. You know, most of the time people just come making a categorical statement. Oh, it's a lie, it's fake, this and this and that. But at the end of the day, you now find that the things that you've been hearing, some rumors that you've been hearing could possibly be true. So there's no need for you to be rushing, because one thing I just believe is that most of the people that you think that you are going to be defending and you be virgin for, at the end of the day, they might end up disappointing you. They might end up disappointing you. So what will you now be saying? Because just like the Bible says that the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? You cannot know. People can pretend. People can pretend, oh, this and this and this and that. But that does not mean you just like, okay, give a categorical statement. Yes, he did it. Oh, he didn't do it. But one thing I believe is that time shall tell in all of these things. But my worry and my concern is that at the end of the day, the people who are still suffering are suffering. Like they always say, the poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer. In all of this, whether it is true, whether it is false, those who are still suffering will still be suffering. Those who will still be smiling to the banks will still be doing the same thing. That does not change anything. These are the stories we've been hearing over and over again. You know, different stories. I'm not even talking about this particular one. We've been hearing a lot of stories over and over again. And yet the situation of average Nigerian has not changed. It has not changed. You know, a lot of deep things are just happening in this country that you cannot just fathom. You know, the more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see. But we can just be seeing some things, you know, body language, the posture of people, the way people behave in some things, you know, it will be giving you a kind of clue. Okay, maybe this could be true or not. Well, whether Magu worked for these two people or not, time shall definitely tell. But from what Fani Kayode is saying is that he never worked, Magu never worked for Buhari, that he worked for these people. And Tinubu has come out to deny that he never appointed, because we've been hearing that Tinubu, you know, was one of the people that made a Magus or that nominated him. He was never confirmed by 8th Assembly, and we're even surprised that since a 9th Assembly came on board, it would have been a good avenue, because like the Senate President said, that anything coming from the President, any request at all, that it will be granted for him. So we were now surprised that since then, you know, it's an opportunity, or it was an opportunity for the President to had presented his name again. But what happened, we don't know. When a lot of reports came, even during 8th Assembly concerning Magu, it could not be confirmed. And then the reason why a lot of people are just skeptical with all of this thing coming up, because some of these allegations against him were brought before the 8th Assembly, even the presidency, but nothing happened. Because this country, the more you look, the less you see. Because at times you might be thinking in one direction, before you know, it might not be so, it might be the other way around. But we know that a lot of secrecy just going on in this country. And at the end of the day, to the detriment of the masses, to the detriment of an average Nigerian person. So, it's Fani Kayode that said it. Some of you will now come, oh, it's fake news. You go to his Twitter page, he said it there. We are always bringing things that are already in the public domain. We don't make them up. We bring them here for discussion. What you think about it? What is the way forward? And that's it. And some people will come. The next thing, they will just start abusing you. Maybe I believe that some people are just frustrated. Maybe they want to just put their frustration on you. We are bringing things that are already in the public domain. Nobody's making it. And even if we bring it, we will tell you this is the person that said it. What do you think about it? No. Some people just be saying off point. It is Fani Kayode that said it. Why he said it, maybe he got his formation from the inner caucus. Only God knows. But with all the things that we've been hearing, everything revolving around Osinbajo and Tinubu. Let's keep our finger crossed whether it is true or not. He's saying that after Magu, the next people, will be Osinbajo and Tinubu. Let's wait and see. But let's see here what people are saying, whether they believe this or not. That is my opinion, because my own opinion is that let's keep our finger crossed and see what will happen eventually. Well, truth is bitter but must be said. Fani Kayode has spoken the bitter truth in this saga. Like, seriously? Okay. Someone say you don't understand politics. OBJ couldn't impeach Atiku. Okay. Someone say yes, confirm that Fani Kayode is saying the truth. This is no time to be sentimental. Fani Kayode is plainly reading out the handwriting on the wall. Of course, Tinubu has a hand in Magu appointment as EFCC chair, but Tinubu has denied it. Say he does not have a hand in it. Of course, somebody will be saying, what do you expect him to say? You expect him to say, yes, I have hand in his nomination or what? They would tell you that nothing of such happened. Well, Fani Kayode is a champion when it comes to verbosity. How many Northerners are condemning their own like he does always? For your information, the VP and Asiwaju are untouchable because they are all in the same team. But as for you, you are an outsider. I don't know why people always say they always condemn. Somebody is doing something wrong. You say because it's your person. Is that not the hypocrisy we are talking about? Well, I'm just talking generally because people are fond of that. Oh, some people always cover their people. They don't speak ill of their people. And that is why if you cover the truth, if you say the truth will make you free. If you cover your sin or whatever, you shall not prosper. Somebody is doing wrong thing. You say, oh, don't let people hear. But at the end of the day, that thing you are covering could be detrimental to your life. So why are you covering it? So if your child is doing something, those are the kind of people we are talking about. That irrespective of what you have done, just because the person is from your side. I'm just talking generally. I'm not saying maybe what he said is true or what he has said is not true. All I just said is that let us keep our finger crossed and see what happens at the end of the day. But this idea of don't say things about other people. The people who are always covering their people, go and check their lives. What are we talking about? That is why this country is not moving forward, because you believe that somebody is affiliated to you in one way or the other. No, you just have to cover the person. What are we talking about here? And you want this country to move forward. Someone says, I replying to this person that you are so tribalistic, Ogbeni. Okay, why can't Tinubu support Osinbajo to become president, or we have Oduduwa Republic? I know your brain won't let you think. Very soon, you will know that nobody is untouchable in Nigeria. Their own will be worse than that of Magu. Northerners support evil and the killing. That is why they are not condemning their people. Southerners are not supporting evil. That is why they are exposing their evil brother. Was Tinubu not sworn by Awolowo wife and others? See, they are covering. They don't want to talk. They don't want to say it. But are they not? They are the most affected when it comes to any vices you talk about. Any vices you talk about in this country. You talk about poverty, you talk about a lack of whatever, you talk about the insecurity is embedded there because they are afraid of their people. You see, If you cover your sin, you shall not be prosper, according to what the Bible says. You see, okay, now tell me whether those people who are covering their people now, tell me whether their lives are better than those who are exposing their people. If everybody continues, one thing I believe is that everybody cannot face the same direction. It's not possible. Everybody cannot just face the same direction if we really actually or genuinely want to move forward. So guys, I wouldn't want to say much. You've heard what Fani Kayode has said. What do you think? Saying that after Magu, the next set of people will be Tinubu and Osinbajo. Let's have your take in the comment section. Thank you.